Hello, my name is Don, and welcome to episode 38 of our Motorsport Manager Let's Play with our creator team. Today we're taking on the Milan Grand Prix. It's been a fairly decent stomping ground for us this season. Earlier on, I can't remember exactly the result was. We came first and third. I do remember it was a good result, but I can't remember exactly how good. I'd call that fairly good. The only thing I'm going to do for this race is we can't promote this guy. I was going to promote the temporary driver to Connor Chapman's spot because I think a half-star guy would be better than a two-star guy that's starting 15th against the guy that's starting at the front of the grid, because we'd have a better car, clean air and whatnot. Unfortunately, that's not quite worked out for us. As you see, apart from qualifying, which is obviously negatable, and wins, Sauerbeck destroying Chapman in every department right now. I don't envision that we've got anything to come. We've got no sponsorships, we've got no buildings, nothing else. So unless scouting reports come through and we hire a driver, we'll just be skipping right through to the Milan Grand Prix. So we'll see in just a second for the Grand Prix guys. So it turns out we do have something to decide. We've got a feedback needed. I've never seen this before. He doesn't know what he's good or bad at. Do I really need to practice qualifying sessions or race days? Basically, well, we're going to say race days obviously because we have no qualifying. Don't know if this is a temporary stat or a permanent one, but as you see, it is permanent. +2 during the race, so it'll go up to a decent driver during the race. Obviously, his overtaking still god awful. It'll go up to 3, fitness will go up to 7. Yeah, so everything will go up by 2. So you'll actually be a fairly decent driver for this level on a race day situation. Now, I've also got 2 scout reports. We'll have a quick look at them just because I'm here. He won't join us, unfortunately, as much as I would like him to, I don't think. Yeah, he wants to drive in a higher championship. And Belisiu, he's a pay driver, born leader, stable, and a club goer. 65% marketability, which is actually an improvement. Let's see if we can get him, because this would be a very good situation, I think. We'll go for number 2. Prefers a short contract, we'll go for a medium. Sign on fee isn't very important, we're happy to give you a decent one. And bonus size isn't very important, but we'll overdo this because I'm happy to spend a little extra this year and lose money and get and save money next year basically, and he would come in directly and replace Connor Chapman. That would give us a better driver up top. We've got another one, 82% marketability and very good 4-star potential as well. Be actually tempted to just replace both our drivers if we can get both here. Wages are fairly important, so let's see what is our current drivers on. 392 and 322. Okay, but we're replacing him with a pay driver, so let's have a look. If we can get this guy, I'd be very, very happy, if I'm honest. So we'll go for, say, 404 just now. Number 1, again, medium contract. 300,000, and bonus size isn't very important, so we'll highball this and go for first, and 90,000. See where we come off. I'm just going to skip ahead because I wasn't going to do the continues, but it seems worthwhile right now when we're approaching drivers who could be better than what we've already got. So we've got another scout report coming through, but it's not through yet. So contract renegotiation, Ashley Wilson. Again, we're not going to get this guy. He'd be really good as well because he's easy on fuel. But we'll hit him on the favourites, and if we've still got a space at the end of the season, we will do that. This guy I'm quite keen to get. What's he unhappy with? Okay, let's go up to 444,000. Neutral on everything else and happy on that. So let's try that offer. I've added the Ashley Wilson to our favourites because if there's a space at the end of the season, he would be a big upgrade, and I'd be happy to pay for that upgrade. So, contract renegotiation again. This is the other lad, so we'll go up to that amount, I guess, and we'll go for the maximum we can offer there. Fairly happy with this offer. Is our last chance. It's not too important that we get him. It's the other guy that I would be very happy to get. This lad here, Cedro Bossiu, I will learn how to pronounce that at some point. Unhappy with his wage. It is 100,000 more, but remember we are getting 237,000 of that back, and he has higher marketability than Connor Chapman by a good little bit, which is always good. Pay drivers are always good as well, so Connor Chapman will get fired here. It cost us 1.77 million plus a 262 sign-on fee, so it's costing us about 2 million to do. It's not worth it over this season, but it'll be worth it over the full length of the 15-month contract that they're both going to have, in my opinion anyway. And we're getting a better driver for it, one who won't be in regression because he's 21. So we'll sign him, we'll sack Connor Chapman. 2 million it's costing us, and he will also be at the start of the pack for the next race in Milan, so that's a very good way to do it. Okay, very good. And he thinks it's an absolute honour to be joining us, so that is good as well. Leaked information. Factory staff idle. Everything's done now. We're not sacking Rachel McAndrew unless our job is on the line, which it actually might be. Don't want to fire her because she's got so much potential, and she is now starting to realise that potential as well. A fine. We'll go with a fine. Take the 98,000. That pays a little bit of that sacking. We're at risk for our job, but we should get promoted. So hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. Not going to see any more contract renegotiation this episode, so that'll be next episode. Now we'll skip ahead to this race in Milan. We're going to go for second or above because that makes sense when we've got a guy starting front of the grid. So I'll see you in just a second for the race, guys. We're just finishing practice. Didn't see exactly where we finished there. 9th was one of them, maybe 10th if he got knocked down. So yeah, 1st and 10th. Got 15% on inters and 15% on race trim as well, which is good because it said it was going to be a rainy race, 21 laps, so that's always handy. Looks like it's going to be inters at least early on anyway, so that's good news for us. Intermediates, good setups, happy with that, and it's just a one-stop race if it stays on inters for the full race, which is also fairly interesting. So we will push on the tyres, engine mode overtake on both cars. Hopefully Cyril, whose last name I'm not going to pronounce, can just drive off into the distance as soon as he starts, gets off the line hopefully well. I will stick him to attack on the tyres. So he does get off the line okay. Vananen maybe gets a slightly better start. Sauerbeck, maybe the lad we should be focusing on, still down in 20th. But we'll follow with Bosu just now, see if he can drive off into the distance for us, because that's what we really want to see. He's not setting purple times though, only briefly purple. So we'll go down to neutral and neutral. No sign of the rain letting up yet. Neutral on both cars. Sauerbeck up into 16th though, as he's overtaken a cluster, now stuck behind Vove, who's been a bit of a pain. In fact, Vove and his teammate Vananen both been pains for us this season, but he does eventually get past Vove and he is up into 15th. If he can get a decent line here, he can't. Cars already pitting, assume they've had incidents for that to happen, so he's up into 13th. Bosu up with a 2-second lead, well, 2.5-second lead over Vananen. So again, this plan of driving off into the distance is not quite working maybe as well as I'd hoped, but it's working well enough. Sauerbeck still in 13th. He's got very weak overtaking, which is his tongue twisted, guys, which is his issue. But right now he is making it work. Looks like the rain might start letting up soon, so we're going to push on the tyres, get some temperature back into them. No point in pushing on the fuel. We'll switch back to our race leader, who's now winning by 4 seconds. So driving off into the distance maybe is working a little bit. These tyres can do 17 laps, so it's a 21 lap race. We knew we'd have to make at least one stop anyway, so it's not too much of an issue being pushing and getting it wrong, because it's still going to be one stop. We can make that whenever we really want to now. But Cyril is really bossing this now. 5 seconds, lapping about a second faster than Van Anen every lap. Sauerbeck makes a move up into 13th, getting past the Ratti again. Unfortunately, losing the place through that corner. He's not the best through the corners, Sauerbeck. And as much as he was the best driver we could hire at the start of the season, I think now that we've got the tier 3 of scouting facility, we're going to start seeing a lot better drivers coming through as options, and the fact that we're getting promoted as well, we'll start offering those up, as Volve has gone past him as well. That is not good news at all. So we'll need to get to lap 10. I think we can actually go attacking, so let's go attacking on Sauerbeck. We don't need to push the tyres, the fuel too much on Blisseu. He is 9 seconds in front, so let's just see what we can do with him. We're going to go attacking on the fuel with Sauerbeck, try and gain some positions, because right now this interspell is not working for him. He's losing more positions than he's gaining right now. In fact, I was actually going to say it looks like the two guys that had pit stops are gaining on him, but it's not. It's just there's a big cluster behind him and I'm getting confused. So he's up into 14th. He's now got that clear air in front of him. We'll bring it back down into medium fuel and see if he can pull away just through natural speed now, because he should have the car to do that. We'll try and time our pit stop right with both drivers. Looks like maybe at the end of the next lap. With Blisseu, well, with Cyril, we can get it slightly wrong, but Sauerbeck now setting purple times now that he's through. I think I'm going to pit with Cyril now, bring him in. 12 laps he can do on the soft, so that is worthwhile going for. Can actually keep him out for a lap extra. What can you do on the softs? You can also do 12, so we'll keep you out for a lap extra, make it 10 laps. In fact, is anyone else pitting right now? Let's pause. Van Anen, are you pitting? No. No. Nope. So it might still be interweather for another lap, so we're going to go with that and try and work it from there. Blisseu sets the fastest lap of the race and will pit at the end of this lap. It's 10 laps to go and he can do 12 on the soft, so we can hopefully make it work. We're going to go attack overtake mode. Sauerbeck, have you passed the start finish line? Yes, you have, so you will also come in, pit as well, and again we'll put you on attack and overtake as well. So both our drivers doing a decent job here. Sauerbeck up into 12. Both of them will be pitting. We will be pitting at the exact right time, I think. I think we've pitted this almost perfectly. We'll come back out on neutral with Cyril, and we will do the same with Sauerbeck. We're the first to make our stops on. We're the only ones to come onto softs actually, which is interesting. All the other drivers that have pitted so far have gone on to mediums, so hopefully that puts us in good favour. Blisseu up into first again, should have a fairly meaty gap as well. How good's that pit worked out for Sauerbeck though? Up into 5th place, so a good in lap and the much faster out lap compared to what everyone else was doing on their in laps has really put him into a good position. Blisseu up into an 18-second lead now, so it's worked out really well for him. We can't really push on these tyres, whereas these medium runners can. Bit interesting, they've gone into mediums, and they're all attacking on those mediums as well. So that doesn't bode very well for Sauerbeck, but hopefully it's a difference. Fastest laps getting set all across the board now. Cyril doing well, but Sauerbeck actually maintaining pace with his teammate, who is in clean air when he is not. I think if we can clear Van Anen, he could be in good shape. Unfortunately, he's lost a place rather than overtaking Van Anen. We're going to go into high overtake mode, high fuel mode even, just to try and clear this traffic and get past, because Van Anen is the troublemaker here. Again, he's been an absolute thorn in our side this season, but if we can get past him, we will be golden, I think. But right now we've just not got the pace to get past him, unfortunately. We just can't get close enough, and Sauerbeck's not quite good enough through the corners historically, and he's only got that one overtaking stat, of course, although he's now got 3 in race pace. So we're going to go into low fuel actually, because need to make that work. We're going to push with Belisiu because he can push, and we will push on the tyres a little bit with Sauerbeck, try and make up some of that fuel regain. And is it working? It's not really. We've got laps to spare here, so hopefully we can get a 4th. Right now we will be the leading point scoring team, but we've had that quite easy because Belisiu is starting right at the front of the grid, of course. It's worked out quite nicely for us to do this as well if drivers come available, because we've got so much money left in the kitty that we can hire them should we decide to. Going to bring him back onto medium fuel, see if the extra fuel's enough now. Mixed with it, he makes a move down the inside, but it's a chicane, so he loses out on the inside of the second corner. He's got the inside for both these corners though. Will it be wet enough to make a stop? No, it won't be. We're not making the gamble this time. He's through into 5th though. Hopefully now that he's cleared Van Anen, he can start pushing back on. He's lost a lot of time to the cars in front. In fact, Strambay and Ma might be making more points than us here, so we might actually only be the 2nd point scoring team. No, we are not pitting for Inters. You can forget that. Belisiu setting a new fastest 2nd and 3rd. I didn't see if it was the fastest lap of the race, unfortunately. We'll see soon. Belisiu on his last lap, 27-second lead. Should just cruise home. Starting in pole just is overpowered in a reverse grid situation. He actually ran out of fuel going over the line, I think, there, but still, P1 for him. Sauerbeck's shown that he's got the pace when he got past Van Anen there. Not enough to get past Thomas though, unfortunately. Hopefully we've got enough points on the kitty. But Belisiu, on his debut, as I've got an itch, wins the Grand Prix in Milan. It's not the first time, I kind of expected it. It's part of the reason why I've done it, and the fact that a driver with that quality, given the regression of Hamilton Chapman happened, it made so much sense to do. And the fact that he's a pay driver as well, so he gets fastest lap as well, obviously the free air helping that, putting us 26 points ahead of, oh, that's Marcus Sauerbeck, and Cyril obviously still will start at pole next race unless we hire someone else. Ozu 34 points behind us. The pole position meant we did gain points on the fastest lap, even meant we gained points on them, so all positive stuff. I'm getting so tongue twisted recording right now, guys, I do apologise. Chairman should be happy with that. He can't not be happy with that. And we can't see any regression on Cyril. Surely he's 21. So yeah, we're still seeing some gain even though he's got no potential. Chairman happy, plus 17%, so that almost makes up already. Markability going up again. Marcus showing that regression being an issue though. In fact, he's actually in quite big regression now. And we make quite a bit of money there as well, 100,000. A lot of that paid for by the pay driver trait. So Andre Gomez now interested in talking to us again. We're not going to hire him, I can assure you that. Manal plus 15 for Cyril, he's won the race. And a scout report on Esme Murphy, marketability plus 25, so we're not going to ignore her. Sponsors for the next episode, we've got 2 sponsors coming available. That is good news. Scouting, we'll have a lot more scout reports coming through as well. And we will take on the Black Sea Grand Prix, which would have previously been the last race of the season, but of course now we have Vancouver added for the very first time. So I will hopefully catch you all for that, guys, and I will see you then.